Okay, if one of your boys came up to you and
Right.
was like, yo, I hooked up with a girl last night, what are you thinking happened between him and that girl last night?
I think that, alright, before I would say just making out, but when I think of hookup, I mean like that's a whole thing, so sex.
I think it's very contextual and it's different for everyone.
It's experimental, like it's like, I don't know, we're all like kids basically, you know, you come out of high school, maybe you don't have that much experience in anything and you're just like, you just want to try shit out, and I don't think there's a problem with that.
I don't see a problem necessarily with hookup culture in the sense that like if it gives people the freedom to do what they want.
Because initially I was like, oh, hook up. Because in high school, hook up was literally make out, and that's it. And now, ever since I've been like going through the motions, everyone's like, oh no, hook up means like have sex, and I'm like, okay, I guess.
Want to have sex, great, do you boo boo. If you don't, great, do you boo boo. But it's just definitely like this like different standard with men. It's like, yo bro, like sick, like you hooked up with someone, and if a girl does it, it's kind of like, oh, like she's a slut, she's like been around, she's hooked up with like blah 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 last night. And I think that it's also turned into a thing where it's like a competition now, and it's a toxic masculinity thing.
I feel like at my age, if I had sex with someone, I'm gonna say, oh, I
You
had
had
sex
sex,
with
right.
this person last night.
Right.
So there's no misunderstanding
Yeah.
of what happens.
Right.
Like, and there's so much like skew of like hooked up.
And I feel like it's so prominent to just like at Ithaca, like the mindset, especially when I was like a freshman, the mindset was go to the bar, find a guy, hook up with him, and that's it.
Freshman, sophomore year, a little rough, but like I would go out and be like, oh, you know, gotta go out, gotta go to rooms, find a girl, gotta hook up with her, and then like I was just like, I'm just not having fun. This isn't like fun, you know. I think when you're younger, you try to, you know, hook up with people like a lot more, and like as you get older, you're like, I just want to like have a good time with the boys, you know.
If you asked me like 2 years ago, I'd be like, I'm trying to get to like to that level, like get her back like to my dorm or something like that. But now it's just, you know, if we hook up, it's cool, like at the bars or
I
something.
didn't even realize that it was just mainly physical, and I would go into it and be like, oh, this is a potential person, like I could like have a relationship with them. And then once I realized there were no emotions involved, I was like, I have to take myself out of the situation, because knowing myself, I get attached, and that's why I can't like mess around with anybody anymore.
You need to also go into the situation with as little expectation as possible. So like, when I think of like I'm hooking up with someone, I'm removing as much emotion from this interaction as possible.
Take the time to like see what's good, but if you don't want to get involved, like just make that clear at the beginning. Because it's not like you're gonna hurt someone's feelings if you tell them initially that you don't want to like get deep into whatever, you know. I think that will go that because you communicated that in the beginning, like at the start of post or pre-hookup, then there won't be as much mixed signals and mixed messages until it gets deeper.
College is such a strange time because everyone's at a different place in their life. So, you know, half the people are kind of like, I want to go out and I want to hook up with people, which is totally okay. And then you have the groups of people who are like, I don't want to do that. And so it's kind of like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like if you do go out and you hook up with people, you're a slut. And then if you don't, like you're a prude.
The problem I see with hookup culture is that like no matter what, like somebody can hook up with someone one night, somebody can hook up with someone and keep hooking up with them and like date them, like whatever it may be. There's always going to be the people that are like, you're a slut because you hook up with people whenever the fuck you want. Or like, you're a prude, just let loose. And that's just girls. And then there's the guys who are like fully taking advantage of the fact that like hookup culture is a thing, and they like get their nut when they want.
I'm sorry, public service announcement. We are not the same age.
Yeah.
You are not your mother. You're not living in her generation. That generation was very, sex was censored and like privacy was real. We live in a generation where it's like
Everything is
in
out.
a button, one button, like literally in one swipe, I could have a dick appointment.
When you go out like trying to hook up with someone, chances are you're not gonna hook up with someone. You know, if you go out with the intention to like have a good time and have fun, like I think like girls will see it and be like, oh, this guy's having a good time, like I'm gonna go talk to him.
Like you may be like, oh, I'm just doing my own thing. You're still there's always going to be somebody that's going to want to try, and you don't have to know the person. You could know them from class and never talk to them, but if they see you and they're at that perfect point and they're like, oh, I kind of know you, like I kind of want to get to know you in different ways, they'll shoot their shot.
If you're going into Moody's looking for a man, like looking for a husband, there is no right place to do that.
I have never felt like I've had a genuine connection with a man in Ithaca, and I've just kind of come to the terms that like I think that older men might be more of the wave for me, because I just feel like maybe maturity level and stuff, and I'm not saying men in college aren't mature, it's just something that I've noticed is I'm not having genuine connections with men here in college and in Ithaca, so.
And that's why we're focusing on ourselves, because the hookup culture for us right now does not exist. Do not exist anymore. And that's why it's grind season.
I mean, I'm someone who I guess I like to have a connection with someone, so I guess the cons would be like you don't really like get to know someone that well. The pros, sex, like I would say.